When it comes to Thanksgiving, many Americans look forward to taking a break from their busy lives and spending quality time with loved ones. But for the millions of people who work in the U.S. turkey farming industry, the holiday is anything but relaxing. In fact, for them, Thanksgiving is just the beginning of what is often a hectic and stressful period. You see, Thanksgiving drives the entire U.S. turkey farming industry. In 2021 alone, farmers raised an estimated 46 million turkeys, with nearly half of those birds being slaughtered in the month of November. So how exactly do these farmers produce so many turkeys in such a short amount of time? To answer that question, we went straight to the source. Here's how millions of turkeys are raised and processed for meat. The modern domestic turkey can trace its roots back to the wild turkeys of North America. But unlike their wild cousins, today's turkeys don't roam free. Instead, they're bred in large-scale farms with as many as 300,000 birds per farm. And the farms often feature controlled environments with just the right amount of heat, light, and food to keep the turkeys growing big and fast. That's because turkeys are the product of selective breeding by humans for thousands of years. Today's birds are a lot bigger and a lot more numerous than their wild counterparts. They also grow much faster. Domestic turkeys can reach a weight of 30 pounds or more in just 16 weeks, whereas wild turkeys typically weigh between 10 and 20 pounds and take 10 months to reach that size. Once the turkeys are born, the farmer's work is just beginning. In the first few weeks of life, poults, the baby turkeys, are raised in specialized facilities where they receive constant care and attention. As the poults grow, they're moved to different barns depending on their age and weight. At this stage, they're still too fragile to be out in the open with the rest of the flock. As the turkeys grow older, they're fed a diet consisting primarily of grain, such as corn and soybeans. This diet is supplemented with vitamins and minerals to promote rapid growth and overall health. In addition to providing the right food, farmers must also ensure that their birds get enough water to drink. This is especially important during hot weather, when the turkeys can lose a significant amount of water through panting. To prevent dehydration, farmers will often install waterers in the shade to encourage birds to drink. Another important aspect of raising turkeys is protecting them from predators and diseases. To reduce the risk of predation, farmers may build enclosed shelters or use netting to keep the birds safe from foxes, coyotes, and other predators. To prevent disease outbreaks, farmers implement strict biosecurity measures, such as limiting the number of people who can enter the barns and regularly disinfecting equipment and supplies. One of the biggest threats to turkeys is the avian flu, which can quickly spread through a flock and cause massive losses. To prevent the spread of avian flu, farmers often raise their turkeys in isolated areas and take other precautions to keep the birds healthy. When the turkeys are fully grown, it's time for processing. And that means a trip to one of the 185 turkey processing plants in the United States. These plants handle an estimated 275 million birds annually. At the plant, the turkeys are stunned and slaughtered, then have their feathers removed. The remaining carcass is then cut into parts, which are packaged and shipped to stores all across the country. The entire process is highly automated to ensure that the turkeys are processed quickly and efficiently. According to the National Turkey Federation, about 2/3 of all turkeys sold for Thanksgiving are whole birds. However, the remaining 1/3 is processed into products such as ground turkey and deli meats. Ground turkey in particular has become a popular alternative to ground beef in recent years. While the process of raising and slaughtering turkeys is highly efficient, it's not without its critics. Animal rights activists argue that the mass production of turkeys for food is cruel and inhumane. They also worry about the environmental impact of large-scale turkey farming. In the United States, the vast majority of turkeys are raised in mass hatcheries with up to 300,000 birds per farm. While these conditions allow for efficient production, they don't give the turkeys a chance to roam or forage. This raises concerns about animal welfare and the sustainability of the industry. Despite these concerns, the demand for turkey meat continues to grow. In recent years, some consumers have started looking for alternative options such as organic and free-range turkeys. These turkeys are typically smaller than their mass-produced counterparts, but they're also more active and have a better chance to express their natural behaviors. So the next time you sit down to a Thanksgiving meal, take a moment to think about the complex system that brought that food to your plate. From the farmers who raise the turkeys to the processors who slaughter them, every step of the way there are people working to provide us with this traditional holiday meal. If you found this video informative, please consider subscribing to our channel for more educational content about agriculture